Howdy folks, thanks for joining me in the brewery for tasting day on these fine looking beers. Which beers are they? They are the Fells and Back. Well, that's what they're originally called. Matty Ursak, the Hop Wizard. This is my recreation of his recipe, which comes about from a video recently about simple brews, which come from this actual, his version of this beer that he had given me a bottle of. Link up the top to that particular video so you know what we're talking about. Munich Helles or Helles. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced. I've never actually heard from a German. To me, I see a lot of people calling it a Helles. To me, that sounds very Greek, Helles. But anyway, we're not here for a fucking English language lesson or a Greek language lesson. I'm going to call it Hells because that's how it looks to me. Hells. So I'll put a link up to brew day. This one was brewed back at the end of June, late June. Fermented for 3 weeks. So yeah, brewed on the 24th of June, 21 day ferment. That was a 12 degrees for 7 days, 18 degrees for 7 days, and 1 degree cold crash for 7 days, and packaged. Original gravity was 1050, finished at 1011 for a ABV of 5.1%. I was aiming for around that, aiming for 5, so it was pretty close. Matty's was a 1048, start with a 1010 finish, so we're pretty close. And what I've done is I've split the batch in half and fermented half with no pressure and half with pressure, essentially 15 psi. This fella had a couple of psi just running on it, but not much. And this half also had some of this stuff. Brewers Clarex was 10 drops in the half batch, as per the recommended dosage. This was sent to me a while back from Josh up there at Mates Rates. To give it a try. This goes in with the ferment at the start with the yeast, and it's designed to help make your beer nice and clear. Now, these glasses are a little frosty, so it's hard to see. Let's get some of that frost off so we can see what we're looking at, because it's hard to compare clarity when you're looking through fog. Alright. So let's have a look at the clarity first, see if there's a difference. Okay, and yeah, there is. I've had a few tasters on both of these. Not a lot, but a couple. But I haven't sat down and done them at the same time, so this is the first time. And look, I thought as I was going for the Clarex really hadn't done anything, and look, that's, well, they're both a clear beer, but that one without is a clear beer on its own. But yeah, there is just a little bit extra in that fella with the Clarex in it. So it has made some difference. I think, top of my head, about 50 cents a batch. Somewhere around that for that stuff. Probably even cheaper if you buy a bloody larger bottle of it. That's only a 10ml bottle, but it seems to have worked to some degree. If you really want to focus on, really brilliant clarity, might be worth having a look at. I'll pop a link down the bottom in the comments. So anyway, I said the test was to see if there was any difference in the flavour profile from having pressure or no pressure. The theory is that the pressure should restrain the yeast esters, particularly in a lager. Both of these have been done at 12 degrees, like a standard lager temperatures, W3470. So I wouldn't expect a lot of yeasty flavours anyway, but that pressure is reportedly going to make a difference. So let's see. We'll start off with this fella. Low pressure. This is the one I call the low road to hills. And all those reasons why I did that original video on the on simple beers is just there. That's just a real nice tasty beer. A simple classic lager. It's tasty, it's nice, sweet, a little bit of honey note. Just a nice little bit of bitterness from the hops. I think there's a little bit of honey there coming from the malt, which is possibly offsetting a little bit on the hop bite. I think it could have been a little bit more hop bite to cut against that honey, but it's tasty. Nothing wrong with it. The high pressure. This is the high road out of hells. Low road in, the high road out. This one's got a little bit more carbonation than the low road. It's funny, the low road, well, it's got a lower carb. That's just an issue with me keg fridge. I played around with the mini gauges, mini regs, and as a result I've lost a bit of pressure on this keg. I need to adjust this. I just haven't got around to pull my fridge back out and playing with it. Those mini regs have been an absolute pain in the ass, but as they said, the classics, that's a video for another day. But anyway, then this fella. Now, there's less nose on this. Not a lot, but there is less nose. It's very, very subtle. There's not a lot of any sort of thing coming through on the nose. There's still that same sweetness and that little bit of honey, but look, I think it's just a little bit less noticeable in this. Yeah, it's definitely not having the same impact. Now, I don't really know why the high pressure would have an impact on that honey flavour. I've assumed the honey's coming from the malt. Perhaps it's not. Perhaps that honey note is coming through from the yeast, and that would make a little bit of sense. Because Maddie's version he gave me, and I thought I had a bottle of it here to actually compare on this, but I can't find one. So assuming I drunk it, at some point, or I've hidden it for myself and I can't remember where it was. But yeah, nah. Maddie, I'm pretty sure used, pardon me, an S23, I think he used an S23. Now I can't be sure because I don't know whether it does say this is his recipe. So normally I would change the recipe and create my own recipe on Brewfarm if I was changing something, so I had the both records. So maybe not, but either way, it's not a lot, and it might have been in Maddie's initially, and I just haven't really picked up on it. Other thing was that bottle, it was a bit older. I said these beers are essentially 1 month old. I think Maddie's when he gave to me would have been about 3 months old. So maybe that's just a note that will reduce with a little bit of time. Just a nice, easy to drink beer. Doesn't make you think about anything. But it's got enough interest there to go, okay, I want to come back to it. Let's see there. she's fairly clear. It's a nice looking beer. Not a lot of head. You don't expect it from the style. Okay. That beer done with the high pressure is a better beer. Not massively, it's not a massive difference, but it is better. It's a little bit cleaner, it's a bit crisper. So exactly what's going on there, I said I don't know exactly, but it has made a better beer. This is, like I said, this is only the first time I've ever done it, and it's not a style I'm completely, well, it's not a style I don't think that anyone is completely familiar with. Hell's is not a common, not beer that runs around everywhere. It's not something you come across every day, and it's certainly not a beer that brewers are brewing anywhere near regularly. So it's a very, it's a very small snapshot. It's a very small subject matter, but in this case, yes, the higher pressure has produced a cleaner, crisper beer with some slightly improved characteristics, and that's not being flavour characteristics. That's just being where the beer is intended to be. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you knock that out as a lager brewer, as a lager drinker, you're very happy. But it just edges it out. Yeah, I might say might be 10-15% better. Not a lot. But as with everything, with the brewing, the core of what Little John's about is making all these little adjustments, all these little things that make, you know, the things that make those little improvements on your beer all add up to a big difference at the end of the day. So I think this is just another one of those things. It's another tool you can use to help improve your beer. So yeah, if you have the capability of brewing under pressure with your lagers, I would certainly say do so. But I said, this was done at lager temperatures. It wasn't done at a higher temperature and trying to push it through faster. That could have a completely different result. I don't know. Something I will probably be looking at down the track at some point. Not right in the immediate future. Got a lot of other things going on. But yeah. Two things coming from this. This is a good recipe. If you like your German style lagers, definitely give this a crack. And if you've got pressure ferment capability, then use it. If you haven't got pressure ferment capability, maybe you should think about it. You don't need pressure. You don't need pressure to ferment. But I'm certainly finding that it is that, yeah, so that extra step, that little bit of improvement that you're always looking for with your beers. So anyway, guys, that's it. Comments and questions down the bottom as per always. Thank you to the Patreons for your ongoing support. Links down the bottom. cheers to the subscribers of the channel. If you aren't subscribed, hit the button down there at the bottom. Give me a big thumbs up if you like what's going on. But other than that, for me, right now, I'm out of here. I'm in the middle of a brew. I've got to continue on with that. So, till I see you again, we're brewing beer, drinking beer, or talking beer. Good brewing.